Coming to y'all on the lackadaisical, stepping through the door on the laxaday. Look at me. I'm straight just chilling and laxing, and I'm coming to you. I'm waiting for somebody to come let me know if you can hear my sound. But for all of those people who are catching it later, you're like, this is unprofessional. What is this girl doing? So I'm going to start kind of just talking. Oh, yeah. First and foremost, this is J Essence Journey. Um, Thank you for just clicking, subscribing, saying hello, share, like. I am being heard in the house. Yes, the vocal cords are up. Good morning to everyone. I never go live at this time, so I'm catching people all at different times. Money maker, I'm shouting this one out to you because that's what we really are going to talk about at the end of this, or at the beginning and somewhere in the middle. Um, Synovia, yes, everybody's here. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear me too. And that's what we're going to talk about. So I kind of labeled this one like, we've been lying to you. One, you had to label stuff like that because y'all straight be on the drama clickbait. If I turned around and just said, hey, I got some positive news, like half of y'all would click. The other half would be like, oh, it's positive news. I'll check it later. But people being nosy, and nosiness is they like what they've been lying to us about. Girl, I told you they was lying. They don't never do nothing. It's not real, whatever, whatever. And so I'm here to talk to you because I'm going to say it now. I think that a lot of us that have moved abroad have been not lying to you purposely. I think that we have been giving you advice and we say it over and over, but we don't dive into the depthness of this advice. And the advice is that we always say, hey, when you come to, you got to save money. And people are like, cool, how much money? And that's a really hard question to answer because it really depends on your lifestyle. It depends on your income streams, and it depends on the country you go to. All country, not even country, the cities that you go to. You can be in one country and the city is like maybe 4 times the cost of living as if you just go outside the city. So I want to kind of say that here's where it's been tapping on my heart. And first of all, on my heart, shout out to the My Cousin Connection clothes. You guys will get to see a whole bunch more in a second, but they are available online at the My Cousin Connection shop, and then other things else. But it's been tapping right here and here. And I think for the last couple of days, I felt my mindset shifting. And what happens is, and I'm going to have to talk through this, so I'm sorry, you guys, but listen to me and help me out. We're constantly telling you to save money. We're constantly telling you to get to a certain point so you can be okay. And the thing that we don't ever talk about is not necessarily you just saving money, but you changing your mindset behind money to be able to get to a mental capacity that will make it okay for you to be living on the continent. And what I mean by that is that even when we save money, we're saving up money, we're putting money aside to be spent at a later date for something. Even when we save money, it's to accomplish a goal. Even when you have that goal out here, things are going to come because one, you hit the goal, but things are going to constantly come to start taking away from that goal. And the lie comes in letting you think that there's an amount that will make it happen. There is an amount that will definitely make it happen, but your mindset has to change to being where you can think of money in a residual way. It's not just about saving, it's about what's going to come back around. And that is a mindset shift. Did I say that right? Mindset shift. That's a mindset shift. Like, I'll go into my personal story. I was always taught to be smart. I was taught not to be wasteful. I was taught to have emergency funds. I was not taught to invest. I was not taught about small term investing versus long term investing. I wasn't taught to pay yourself first. And what I've done this past month that I'm doing is pay and invest in self first, and putting in money that's going to take care of things on the back end. What can happen when people move out here is that you're just looking at your monthly rotational basis. How much money am I going to spend a month? How much money am I going to make a month? And that's a very quick river. Like that's it's in and out. That's what it is. That's an in and out. What am I going to get in? What am I going to push out? What am I going to get in? What am I going to push out? And if you notice in this whole motion, it's still motion. It's still movement. It's still happening. And it all happens because of you. If you're constantly having an income situation that goes like this, things are going to hit, pop up, and come, especially being in a new place that you don't expect or knew, and you're not going to be ready. And you're going to find yourself in a situation where you are stressing and tight for dividends, period. So for those people who are over and saving money or doing this and you're looking to sell and make it happen, come on. But I am going to ask you, is there any place where your pennies are making progress? Is there any place that you can think of? Are you interested in selling your home, or are you renting it out and using a property manager? What are you doing that's always going to catch you on the backhand side in case you in the dungeons and you can't get out? Is there something that you can cash in? Is there a name or anything? What are you doing for that residual? Because what's happening is that people are getting so caught up in here, and you can't afford to make mistakes. If you don't have something to back you up, you're going to come out to the continent. You're going to make mistakes. I'm going to buy a car that does not run. And you have to be able to have either a backup hustle. And I'll tell you that, like, I'm a teacher, so I can back up hustle and teach online in the middle of the night, to make extra money. I can tutor to make extra money. I can teach. I can create curriculum. Teachers pay teachers for extra money. I can go to Fiverr and do resumes and do kind of those things for extra money. I can put myself in a position where I can always work to create that extra residual money to help save myself in that case of situation. Because the other piece that you have to think about for people who are moving out here, if you're not of retirement age, is how are you going to live on the income that you're missing out if you completely move? That's a mouthful. But I want to say it one more time. It's not about saving money to get to the continent. It's about, honestly, it's about setting up your mindset. It's about changing what you listen to, changing what you think about money, knowing you're worthy of it, knowing it can come, knowing that it should grow. And that's kind of like the parable where, Jesus gave the man and some multiplied it, some didn't. Like, really doing research and finding out those things, knowing how to leverage your energy to be okay, because you don't want to come out and be stressed. And I don't know. Y'all tell me if I'm making sense or not, because it's really quiet now. It's really, really, really quiet. But I just think that it's one of those things that we really don't talk about. We talk about the pretty things. We talk about the good things. We talk about it being affordable, but being practical. Those things about it being practical, those things about making your dream become a reality and what it takes to sustain it are serious, serious conversations. It's the fact that, of course, yeah, you see me, you can laugh about me going out there and, pouring pee or making urine or whatever. But getting to the agriculture game is really serious to me. And I never thought like that before. I could tell you all this other stuff on the back end. I never thought like that before. But the truth of the matter is that sitting down, and I have partners, we sat down and we said, number one, we're here for the long term. How do we invest into Rwanda long term? How do we build something? And because we're here long term, what can we do that will be sustainable for our lifestyle? Because push comes to shove, I can live on a rabbit farm and eat all day my own bucket of cabbage and be okay. because you have to think about that. I am not going to be able, like, y'all, if I'm doing YouTube live streams 20 years from now talking about like, subscribe my channel, like, subscribe my, no, like, subscribe my channel, like, subscribe my channel, you know, there's got to be a plan behind what I do. Now, there's a difference because I come a personality and like I'm Oprah in it in the thing, but it's like there's a plan. So when you come out to the continent, when you leave America, when you even in America, you got to figure out um what you are going to do, how to make money really work for you. And when you open up the world as your globe, like when you open up the globe for your world, there's so many opportunities. I know somebody who has like housing and rental properties in Bali. You know, like you can do that. You can turn around and have a financial advisor who could talk to you about different currencies. You could turn around and build those things. You can invest. You could turn around and say, okay, I'm just going to get me a rental room in this area. If you want to turn around and look at middle income housing, like people really sleep on that here in Rwanda. A lot of people are coming in and they're looking at expat housing. I think you could make a whole bunch of moves, staying with like your low economic middle class housing out here, just providing something. And it's not going to make sense to you because it's low range, like people who pay $40 a month or whatever. But it's like those things are never going to go away. And so if you're turning around and do the right thing and have the right type of money and create the right kind of thing, those are dividends you can create. And you have to think on that level. And so coming out here and winging it can get you like you're gonna wing it back home. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. Africa is real, money is real. I don't understand how some people make it. Everybody's peaching Peter to pay Paul in some way or whatnot. And also, you are going to be an expat out here. And so, the way that you have to look at money is going to be different from the way other people look at money. And a lot of people say they're going to come out here and live it as a local. That's what they say. That's what they say. So, I wanted to get back to what we've been lying to you about because um, I just think that if you have the opportunity, don't only listen to people who've made it to the continent. Listen to people with mindset, like entrepreneurial mindset, with think about money different. Definitely read your Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Start believing it. Definitely learn about thinking outside of the box because that's what's needed. Definitely think about diversitizing. That was not a word. Diversifying. That's the word. Your income and outcome. Think about how much money, if you're making, I'll just say $100 a month, you could take $20 to the side, hide it from yourself, put $10 in saving, put $10 in something that's going to roll over and bring back something. And you always have something that you can cash out. I think that this is a beautiful time for us to get quiet and get smart. I think that we as a people don't have these conversations enough, and other people have made many strides when it comes to finances, and we're only just learning a little bit at a time. We must be truthful. Also, let me just go ahead and give you game. When you're why am I doing this? I'm gonna get in trouble. When you're watching YouTube personalities and people and all those other things, and you're saying what they need to do, make sure you ask, even though it's not your business, but make sure you know, like, how are they there legally? Because some people are on business visas. Some people, I'll be transparent, I'm on a work visa. So I didn't do this on my own. I had support. Some people have married and gotten their visa. And so it changes the way you give advice, because not everybody's going to be qualified to do the same things that you do. And so if you got married and you're in a country because of somebody else's passport, it's not necessarily fair for you to tell somebody who's not trying to get married on how to get there unless you know the other avenues as well. So that's like really important for you to pay attention to your YouTubers and like what their legality statuses are, because that gives another validation to the information that you're trying to seek. If you're trying to be there long term, what are you trying to look for? What are you trying to do? And if you're trying to be there long term, you don't have the right to get into nobody's business about money, but you can just sit there and say, are you working? Are you doing this? Like, how are you creating that income revenue? Are you, because some people have saved up everything, put it in a pile, and then they go. And for me, those people, like when you save up that pile and go, um, plan that, plan it, plan it. Have enough to cover you. Know the difference between, I talked about this on my Zoom, renting a house versus renting an apartment. Big financial difference. Um, if you're planning to get into a business, go ahead and say for 6 to 8 months, you're not going to make money from that business. So, do you have enough to cover you while you're not making money from that business? Because if you make money from the business, then it's a blessing. It's a blessing on top of that blessing. But you're not, because this one's, it's like when you're not making it, you start scrapping. um I'll get to you in a second. Only I got you. You start scrapping it. Like, you've been in that relationship. You've been in that relationship when you knew it was time to break up, but you didn't want to break up, so you start doing things to hold on tighter, and it seemed like they were slipping away. Money is like that too. Money is like that too. Like, the more that you need it, the more that you begging for it. Two things: the like more likely is going to slip away, or number two, you're going to grab it. You're going to be so happy to have it, you might not use it where it's supposed to be used. You might turn around and spend it quick versus holding on to it and knowing what's supposed to happen, or invest in it and pulling it over. So these are things that I said have just been on my heart. And finding your freedom is not just necessarily like about your address. It's about your mind, your body, your soul. And how do you turn around and create a space that's okay? And I'll be honest with you. I don't have all the answers. I'm learning answers, but I do know that I am confident that I've created a lifestyle. Like, for me, I'm at the peak of where I'm at. There's no more expenses coming out my way. Like, I've budgeted, I've rebudgeted, and I said we are at the peak. This is it. This is the energy I have to put in to drive this. This is what I'm doing. And it's a 5-year plan. Like, I don't have enough energy to drive this for 20 years or whatever. Like, I can bust my tail and work 3 jobs and lock it all down. I will lock it all down, and I am putting in this energy so I can build this passive residual income so things can happen. And on an offsite call, I'll tell you guys what's happening and how we're growing in different things, and God will put you in different places. But you will not make it here. You will not make it anywhere if you haven't changed your mindset about money. Period. And I can't tell you what to do, but you just have to know to shake it up and become a person that looks at money. I almost said, like, that was a bad word. I can't say that. I gotta get back on Patreon. But look at money as your temple, your body, your world is your kingdom. You are ruler of your kingdom. In my case, it's queendom. Because I am the ruler of my queendom, I can choose to rule in riches and the finer things. And it can be beautiful for all those to see. But my people can be hungry while I am beautiful on the outside. Or I can create such a revenue that my people and all that I touch will always be okay. And in doing that revenue and creating that piece, there's things you say no to because it doesn't take care of the long-term plan. There's things that you hold off on because you have to look at the long-term plan. There's things that can hurt and all those other things, but it's about the long-term plan. And it's not about the sacrifice all the time. It's about the sustaining. It's about what is needed for us to be able to get there. Okay, let me shout out real quick. Black Butterfly, you know where this conversation came from. We had such a blessed, I'm about to email everybody, blessed Zoom call. I don't even know how to say how that thing touched my soul. I hope it touched your souls. But when we all came out, we came out stronger and better and ready for the world. Um, I want to stay at your Airbnb in October. How do I reserve? I'm going to tell you now. Send me an email, um, because I am shifting. I can't even spell my name. My cousin connection. And so send me an email, and I'm going to do a um, personalized reservation, and I'll tell you towards the end of this. Just keep on listening what's happening. But there's a reason why it's no longer on the site, but it is still available, and we'll talk about this. Love these auntie vibes. I'm auntie all day, baby. I'm auntie all day. I think everything else was talking about those things. What's up, y'all? Much love. Heard you coming. Make it happen. And where we are, Florence. Mwah, 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 mwah. Miss you. Um, and we'll get back. Let's just talk. Like, let's come here and we can talk. Um, whew, I had to do some restructuring and reshifting, being transparent. I've had a beautiful, and I think I've alluded to this, but I haven't said it all. I had a beautiful summer. Um, Beautiful summer. And I will say, just being transparent, I made a lot of purchases before July. The car, the land, and if you haven't just counted it by now, it's actually two pieces of land. Um, my mom coming totally restructured some things, and it was really a point where every time I turned around, it felt like somebody's hand was out. A plumber, electrician, all that stuff. It was, whew, like I did not like having the big piece of chicken. I did not like being the person who brought that in. And this is not a two-person household. This is one person. Everything happens from me. I'm saying this to be transparent. So I did ask for a couple things. One, I started seriously accounting the books. Like, I really seriously started tracking every single dollar, where it went from. And in my mindset, what I noticed was I would justify something going out because I knew I could have something coming in. And at the end of that, it, like I said, and I kind of did it before, that's too much of a river wave. That was too much of a river wave. Just because something's coming in and something's going out, everything looks okay, but it's not. And there's many times when you're kind of in quiet and darkness or scratching your head, or you're like, whew, this blessing. And that doesn't make sense. Like, number one, y'all have given me too much. God has given me too much. And let me stop and say that before I say y'all have given me too much. Y'all's money is in a totally different account. My cousin connection does not get touched for all of this. My cousin connection is self-sustainable. And that was the other reason why I had to check myself, because I took care of everybody else's stuff, but I wasn't taking care of my stuff. And so that really changed the conversation around finances. And that's when I realized it's not just about saving money, because I save money, I save money, I save money, and everything's taken care of. It's about ensuring the residual that's there. So I had to change my mindset. And the other piece that I recognize is that I am the driver of everything around me. I am the one. I have the energy, I have the connection, I have the communication. Therefore, I have to have the smarts and the finances to make sure everything's sustainable. I'm the one who thinks long term around this place, and that's my position. Um, I don't know what happened. Lord, okay, y'all are talking. Let me see. Okay, if you feel so, George, guess so. Okay. Hey Jay, hey everybody. Um, Once again, let me be honest. Let me say this one time. Forgive me. If you don't like it, you can go off. I'm cool. I am just fine. I appreciate you for stopping by. Peace out. Holler. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Because the truth of the matter is I did not start YouTube for fame. I just started YouTube to tell a story. You don't have to listen to my story. It does not matter. I love you. Let me say that no matter what. No matter what, I've got too much going on in my life not to deal in love. So if you want to think that I have to fart, let's break. Oh my God, why did you do this to me today? You think I have to smoke something in order to give you words that are blessed? You think I have to be upon a substance? You think that I have to turn around and put something into my body just to turn around and have some wisdoms and words for you? Do you not realize that this is who I am? That this is blessings. I don't have to be on anything enhanced to turn around and give words that are blessings or spiritually aligned or anything. I just have to walk in the spirit that I have each and every day. I can turn around and give you an 8 count, 8 bars of truth and light. It does not have to be anything else. If you feel that I am preaching, it might be more about what you need versus what I say. That's all I got to say. So I'm sorry. Whew, why do y'all let me do this? Why do y'all let me do this? I was just trying to come out here and talk a little bit about the money and the game and all that other stuff because it's some things that have to happen. And I'm going to talk to my people right now. We have not been taught correctly. We have literally been taught to toil and be okay with, I can't even give you the right word. Like, we've been taught to toil. Like, we have to work hard on what we do, and we feel appreciative for whatever we get. We have been taught to be humble, to bow our heads and be grateful for the small trinkets of moments. We have to do some work in order to change the mindset to become in that entrepreneur phase. I will sit there and say right now, one of my biggest blessings, and this is not a negative, is that the people in my life, the people who have attracted, the conversations we've had, they think different than I do. And so my circle has changed, and not in a negative way. I've always had good circles. I've always had good circles. But the circles that I'm getting now are people who understand this financial game. And I always was kind of like shied away. That wasn't supposed to be my lane. And now I'm knocking on the door, like, at least tell me that. At least let me be here. At least let me be in the room to learn that information and do those things. And that's what I think I'm saying with what we've been lying to you. We need to have a lot more conversations. We have to go into the room of things that become practical to make what we want to come. It's not always about prayer. It's about the practice. It's about the preparation. It's about doing the work in the mind. So when we do get that blessing, we don't fall behind. We don't rely on this one stream. We don't rely on this one miracle, and it can be there for your eternity. That is what it's supposed to be about. And so I think that we need to be able to have more conversations that help set ourselves up for the long run, to help set ourselves up for what we're really looking for. When I talk about find your freedom, there's so many shackles, yo. There's so many shackles. You first think it's just the mind. Like, I'm telling you now, for me to be the age I am, changing the number pretty soon, for me to just learn the things that I learned, and this is not like, well, learn about credit or this thing. I know, like, there's a lot of things I already knew. It was just the practice and now the reality of it. So it's never too late. But when I say that we've been lying to you by us saying save money so you can come to the continent is not going to be enough. You can save $1 million. And if you don't have the right mindset, you will blow $1 million. It's just the same concept with the lottery. That's exactly what I need to say. If you go watch those lottery shows for all those people who won the lottery and then how they turn around and lost it, become bankrupt, that will be us if we move to the continent and we stay in the same pattern, stay around the same mindset. Or if you give, and you don't know how to not take, but how to invest and build and grow, it's going to be us. You're going to come over here, hit the jackpot by being in a land that's wonderful, and you're going to start looking at your account and it's going to dwindle. And the other thing, let's get back into facts, is that the currency of a local economy versus the US dollar is not the same. So even if you come into investments out here and you're doing things, it's not going to grow as fast as you're used to. That dollar amount versus what you're going to make here is not the same. So you have to make sure you have enough in that pocket. So when you're putting things in, it's dwindling, but it doesn't hurt because that small is coming back in. You've got to turn around and just pay attention to the realities of things. And I want to talk to more investors. I want to talk to more people who've done business, more people who are doing things, and even if they're struggling, because there has to be a change and an understanding in doing that. Like, y'all pray for me. Your girl is thinking about doing a podcast, just called Journeys, so we can listen to the people in Journeys. I just don't know if that's what you guys want to do or not. But that's where I think it needs to be. I don't think this is just a moving to the continent type thing. I think this is a us thing. But we have to be able to relate to the advice and be able to do it. And I think there's a lot of people out there in spaces doing things already. But I do know that if you want to move out here, I don't want people to move out here and have to go back with their heads bowed. Even if you move out here, even if you make mistakes, even if you're doing whatever, don't ever bow your head for learning the lesson you have to learn. Don't do that. Don't make it feel like a failure. So that's why I say it's not just about saving the money. It's about what is it going to make it come back around and around and around and around and around and around. And shout out to the Tevin Counter, round and round. We go. I'm going back to the comments and I'm hot. Yo, this life. Woo. That's when I was going off. Somebody else say something so I could go off. Y'all don't really get to see me go. I'll be trying to keep it. Like, y'all don't know. Y'all truly, truly don't know. What's up, Rosalind? You don't know your girl. I'm telling you. You think you know, but you don't know. I don't really have time for people who want to hate on me. Like, I'm cool. Good. Bye, George. Did George leave? Yeah, okay. Be on high on life. Yes. Yes. Look, everybody's in there. I appreciate you, sister. This is new. Thank you so much for everything. Don't get off subject. Hi, Ashia. I hope I said your name right. It's awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Much love to everyone. So I'm glad that you guys are feeling the topic. I guess if you guys have questions, I'll go there too. And I'm getting hot. Lord help. Is this what happens? Jeez. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Smash the like button, like, share, subscribe. I know I'm supposed to say it, but at the end of the day, y'all, if it's just y'all, me and y'all in this room, we good. We are good. Unique Black African Queen. Shout out to the uniqueness, love, girl. You best to go. I love it. Black African Queen. Journeys. We all have one we can learn from others. Yes, I'm really thinking about it. I just want to make sure I take care of the stuff that's ahead of me already. Great advice. I needed to hear this. We want to come but need strategy. We do. And when I say strategy, I think we just need to spend more time having like those realistic conversations. Like, it's the same as like the dating world. Like when you first meet somebody, you in the club, they dancing and they look good. And you sitting there looking at yourself like, man, I can see myself dancing with them. Like, life is great. Oh my goodness. What? Then you go talk to them and you like, oh, it's cool. Like, that's the countries. We all here like, come join us. We having a good time. Yeah. And then you get over here and you be like, oh my God, you are so fine. And you got good credit. Oh my gosh. Yes, you are great. And you're having a great time. And then reality still is reality. That person is dancing in the club fine and everything, but they got a bad shopping habit or something, but you still like, I'm still messing with you, and then they turn around, maybe they mouth, they don't say the word converse right, they say conversate. That's one of my pet peeves. Or the teeth is a little crooked and stuff, but sometimes you can't tell because the glare or whatever. Or the truth of the matter is that their mindset ain't necessarily as fine as they body. And so what happens is that you find yourself now in a situation and now you're seeing truths and you can rock with it. Let's be honest, all that y'all are married and stuff, ain't nobody married to their 100%er. Ain't nobody 100% in the street. Everybody got dirty draws. Everybody got dirty draws. Sometimes you just say, I rock with it because I can deal with these dirty draws. I can't deal with those dirty draws, you know. And then other times you'd be like, yo, this ain't a fit. We got to deuce. And it's the same thing with the countries. Like we just partying and making everything look pretty. There's still things that must take place when you with a significant other. There are still conversations you should be having in order to know, can your life merge with that life? How were you raised? Did you raised to believe this? Do you have a passport? Do you even know what a passport is? Do you turn around and keep money, or do you invest money? Do you know how to use credit cards? That's a real one. Or do you pay off the credit cards? Do you have credit cards, or do you just have the Master P credit card? What do you feel about education? If we have children together, what are you going to tell the children? How are we going to do finances? Are we going to have a joint account? We're going to have separate accounts. We're going to have 3 accounts. I get to have my own little spending account, whatever. When you get a bonus at work, is that your bonus or is that the family's bonus? Like, you're supposed to have significant conversations and not just be kicking it in the club like, oh, he got a good 2-step. You know, you got to have real conversations, like low key. I'll tell you this right now. I was talking to somebody, so I'm just gonna get into life. I legitimately have to look for, if a dude decides to come into my life and say, baby girl, you know, you the one for me, I'm the one for you, we gonna do this together, me and you, boo. I have to look at this man and know that this man has the emotional capacity to handle me the moment that my mother, something happens, and my father. I have to look at this brother and find glory to say, does he have the emotional capacity to hold me up when I know I'm going to be broken down? Because it's cool when I'm on top and everybody thinks I'm strong, but what happens when I'm not strong? Those are real conversations. So those are the same type of conversations that you have to have sometimes with your country or wherever you go, or with other people, to turn around and say, okay, so you moved here. What does this look like? What does the investments look like? What does the interest rate look like? Can I turn around and do this? I'm good. What do I want my life to be? All of those things. Okay. Let me get back to y'all's questions. I'm sorry. Whew. Okay. Praying for my son and his family. They're right. Girl, link it up. Oh my gosh, that's like 5 people coming this next week. Message so positive. We need that troll was threatened because you're breaking chain. Girl, let that troll be trolling. Hey, he wanted to feel significant somehow. I think people should start building prior to moving while they have the American dollar. Yes, I'm going to pause on this one. Period, point blank. I don't know if I alluded to it, so if I didn't, I'm going to pause and say it. I think you should start building before you move to the continent. If I could do it all again, I would have built prior. I would have, there's a couple regrets. I would have rented out these parking lots, and I would have been making money in the parking lots. I would have, I might have bought a house. I don't know, because COVID hit, so that's a hindsight, but it would have been renting out. There are investments I have found out about now. Would have been did them things 5 years ago. And I hate the fact that I didn't know about 2 of them, because I would have done them 5 years ago, because you could go in low. I don't have a lot of money. I scrimp and scrape, basically educator money. And I always thought investing was something you had to start like when you had 10,000. It was big one. It's not. So that's why I said it's conversations that people can have. Not everything's in stocks and bonds. Not everything is cryptocurrency. And some of it's good for some people. I think there's other things and other avenues for other people. And just having those conversations to say, what is it that you can believe in, what you can't do, what you're willing to do. I think that people like me who are afraid of money and afraid of dollars and feel intimidated around people who have it, I want to let you know there's a safe space to be in there. And it's okay to say, I don't know. Let me figure it out. And it's not bad to go into something with $10 until you figure it out. You also have to know yourself. I tried to do Robinhood for a little while. I couldn't, my stress levels. That's too much movement. That is not my ministry. Somebody else's ministry, not my ministry. I found my ministry and I'm happy for that. And that's what I'm growing. But I wanted to sit on this. People should start building. Do not sleep on it. Like I said, if you're saving money, like if you're taking your income and you're like, okay, well, I'm taking 30% and I'm sticking it here. Out of that 30%, you could take 10% and invest immediately. I know Dave Ramsey turns around and says, pay off all your debt before you invest. Bump that. Bump that. Bump it. Bump it. Invest. Okay. Yes. Yes. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Okay. So here we go. Do you think that repats can open successful business targeting natives, or they better focus on repats and high income? Okay. Let me slow down and read that one correctly because I read it too fast. Do you think that repats can open successful businesses targeting natives, or they better focus on repats and high income earners? One, business is business. I think that you can break this sentence up into different type of things. I 100% believe you can be 100% successful targeting local or local needs. I think that that is not a problem at all. And I'm going to mess up this next analogy, but I'm going to get it where. I don't think there's the word as a better focus. I think the key thing is you want to lock down what you do and what you provide to ensure it's aligned with, I'm just going to go with the income levels that you're trying to do. You don't want to be turning around and creating like $1 million homes and your focus is low poverty things, because then you're going to lose your money for what has to happen. I think that it's all about business and knowing. Hence the analogies I'm going to use. And I'm going to be so bad because I'm not materialistic. There's a reason why Walmart is successful, because it's providing a lot of a little. And the variety and the little is wonderful. There's a reason why, I'm going to say this wrong. Well, it's like Maybach, right? Is successful because it's a premium quality and it only needs 1 or 2 buyers in order to get there. So right there is the differences in your market. Are you going after a high income earner, and you have a high income earner, but once they purchase it once, maybe twice, you're straight? And so all you're doing is reaching out, and that's your percent, and that's okay. And that's your business lane. Let that be your business plan. Don't lie to yourself and say you're going to make 100,000 a month and all this other stuff you're doing, that you know that you're going after a 10% target. But out of that 10% target, your goods are so high value and needed, you're there. That is a market, as well as there's a market of low. There's a market. So all of that works. I do believe 100% you need to get on the ground and do your research. I do believe 100% you need to be very straight minded with what you're going to offer, and you're offering it with a purpose, and you have to be realistic on the income and the potential. But all of it works. Sorry. My son's joined MCC. He needs more help for his housing when they arrive. Can you speak on the requirements for entrance into Rwanda and reverse of vaccines? My son is confused about it. Okay, number 1, he needs help with his housing. Did he text? I told him to email me. I think I know who you're talking about. He has not emailed me because depending on his package, he has a care manager and we're ready for him. Not a problem. Requirements for entrance into Rwanda. You have to fill out the passenger locator form. You cannot come in without it, but you can't fill it out until you have your COVID results. You must upload the COVID results. You must upload the hotel where you're staying in for quarantine. That is a 24-hour quarantine. You must upload your plane ticket. Once you land, you will be automatically put into line to receive a tourist visa, which is good for 30 days. That is $50. And then they will also test you there for COVID. Once you're tested in the airport, they're going to shuttle you immediately to the hotel. When they shuttle you to the hotel, they will give you a code. Now, they're going to tell you, they're going to text you with the results. However, once you have that code usually will give you in about 12 hours your results online. You usually get your text like 24 hours later, but you can go to the website and immediately see your test results. Then you are free to go. There is not, at this point in time, August 23rd, 2021, a mandatory on vaccines. So that part is not there. You do have the mandatory, you must be tested. And so that is that. He joined MCC. He needs to email me. I need to know the level, because if he's at the family level, which is $20 a month, or the VIP level, that means he needs to meet his care manager immediately. And then we can go ahead and get him set up. And we've done that before. As soon as people get on the ground, the next 2 days, we get them set up with the bank account, the Momo, the telephone number, and we walk them through all of that stuff. We have a city tour, which is what he wants, because our city tour is more for repats who are trying to move in. So we take you around the different neighborhoods, show you the local stores, show you places to shop, places that are high need, their schools and all that stuff, so they can get a better understanding of the city, so they can start looking for housing. And then we do have one of our business sponsors who is inside the website, actually does housing and real estate and all that stuff. So he's straight. He just needs to utilize the tools we gave him, and we got him. That's not a problem. Whew, that was a lot. Okay. I think I went too fast. There we go. Woo, there it is. Yeah, the Master P debit card. Y'all act like y'all don't know about that. I know about the Master P debit card. The U.S. is all about consumerism. There's a big divide between entrepreneurs and the working class mindsets. But in Africa, everyone must have an entrepreneurial mindset. Yeah. Yes. There's something else that happens out here, and I don't know how to enunciate it yet, so I haven't talked about it. But yes, everybody works. Okay, hold on. No spaces, autocorrect. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's it, Linus. It depends on habits and emotions. And that's what I said. If we had that's what we have to talk about when we talk about the mindset. It's so much more. It's about who we are, not what we do. And I think that's one thing we're kind of taught about with money. It's about what we do. It's about our name. It's about our class. It's about our income level. And it's not necessarily about the habit and emotions around certain things. So that's it, hands on. I'm working on a drop shipping business and have a small business to move. I don't have a ton of money either. Grant advice about building first. That's it. Like, because that's the thing I do want to say. Like, when people say, well, how much money do you need to move? I can give you better numbers if you have residual. If somebody came to me in a Zoom in a consultation and said, this is how much money I make monthly, then I could be like, yo, okay, if you make this money monthly, okay, so housing's this is how much you need. You need 5,000 to set up to get out here. And then you can do that. It's easier for me to give you advice if you have passive income or residual income coming in, because that tells me a little bit more about what you can do. I agree. Success can be had by, oh my God, yes. The answer is yes. It's a yes. It's a yes. Hello. Decide your target market, simple business 101. That's it. And price it accordingly to your target market. That's the difference out here. You have to price it for your target market. You have to. How much money do you think you need to save before coming to the motherland? I don't know if I just alluded to it. And that's why I said I can't answer that question. I don't know if you're single, if you're married, if you have kids, that's a whole nother issue. Are you homeschooling? Are you private schooling? What kind of income do you have? What type of lifestyle are you trying to go for? Are you housing, apartment? Like, there's so much to know before I can even sit there and say, here's a number. Moneymaker needs to be in the country, study the market and its need only after you've done your market research, which don't plan to fail. There you go. That's it. I am so thirsty. Jason, hey! What's up? I'm not using your real name. If you're looking to go to Rwanda, definitely make sure you sign up for My Cousin Connection. It's all there. Um, how can I join My Cousin Connection plan? Go to My Cousin Connection membership. The family plan is $20 a month. It's right there. It's very simple. Click, click, swipe, and it's done. That's all it is. And then we'll contact you within 3 days. Okay, thanks. He has his visas. He was confused about. No, don't need the yellow fever vaccine. Nope. He does not need, you do not need yellow fever for Rwanda. I'm glad you said that one. You do not need any vaccines for Rwanda at this time. What's the best way to contact you to make a plan to come there? Sending my, whatchamacallit again. In that case, I would say that you want the consultation. You just want to have the consultation, and we'll sit down and come up with a plan. Do the 30-minute one first so we can see what your plan is and we can keep an outline, and then we can do anything yet. The biggest thing you want to do right now, and I feel like it's like I told you so much. I want to just write a book. Like, are y'all going to read the book? Because I wanted to put down like the 7 mistakes you make moving to Africa. And the one thing I was going to say first is, and it's not a mistake, is, and it's so beautiful, keep playing us in the background, y'all. It's not a mistake. Like, keep watching YouTube, keep watching, and just put it in the atmosphere. Put new world. Let me say this the right way. Put newness in the atmosphere. Play the Unapologetic Nomads, play The Ask, play Theo is Back, play Contact Makita, play Residential. Like, you could play all of us. You could play the other countries, play Tanzania. Just know that this is going to be your life. However, when you play it and you watch it, watch your energy. This is me personally. Don't lust after it. Just know it's coming. Don't lust after. Don't look at it and be like, oh, I want to be there, because then it's going to change your whole energy about everything else that's going on. Look at it. I can't wait till the day I'm there. We'll be there. Okay, let me get this money. Let me do this. Kind of like, it's a small situation before. Like, when I got here, I didn't know it was time. And so it was like I was constantly playing that stuff and everything else like that. And it was just a blessing. It was part of my life. And I knew things and I was used to things. And I was just looking forward to the day it was mine. I didn't try to run from where I was. I just knew that I was going. And I was able to take and enjoy the moments that were. Even when my boss was tripping, I was like, this temporary. Come on, like, oh, is this what you want to do? Is this the obstacle? Okay. You know what? Since you want to act like this, let me go ahead and put an extra money in my savings account, because I'm not going to be here for long. Oh, no, 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 no. But you know what? When I get to the motherland, I ain't going to be so stressed I can't kick it. So I'm just going to sit here and take it like this. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to put too many gray hairs in my head. You know, that's how I was. My first year teaching, this is so bad. My first year teaching was horrible. Like, that was a whole year. And I promise you, one day, the kids was acting up and doing something, and I like walked out and walked back in. I was like, you know what? Y'all not gonna take my fineness away. Y'all not gonna have me being 20 something years and walking around in Crocs and baggy pants and flower shirts that ain't got no little swoop in them, and stuff just be hanging and touching the knees. Y'all not gonna take my pretty away from me. Y'all not gonna stress me out to the point where I got bags under my eyes and I can't talk right and stuff like that. So y'all can sit there and cut a fool. You can sit there and not know how to count all you want to. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do this problem one more time. That's it. I'm going to do this problem one more time on this board. And you could take these notes or you can't. But I'm not going to stress. You ain't going to catch me with no gray hairs, because y'all don't know how to get right. I'm going to clubbing. I'm kicking it tonight. And I'm still about to be fine up in these streets. You're not going to take my fineness from me. So I refuse to be so stressed out on that level. So that's what I said. Don't listen with lust, because it's like, that's what happens. That's when the stress comes. Listen with joy. I will be there. J Essence, I will be at the crib. Yes, I will. Girl, you're going to see me. Like somebody said, 2022. I'll see you 2022. All right, all right. Go ahead and ask God for the things you want to go ahead and do. I told God I needed 3 concerts. I needed to see Miguel before I left. I needed to see J. Cole before I left. I needed to say Kim before I left. And all three of them happened in miracle moments too. This is what we doing. That's what we doing. Where are we at? Please visit if you've never been out of your home country. Please. Yes, please visit. Please visit. Unless, let me just say this, unless you're on some kind of destiny path. Sometimes you're on a destiny path. Now, a destiny path is a destiny path. It ain't because you said it's my destiny, so I'm going to make it my destiny path. Don't force it. Don't force it. Okay. Working while I'm listening. It's coming. It's happening. God's setting me up to make it all happen. The money is coming. The door is open for me. And my prayer has changed to be like, I used to be like, I still sometimes be like, God, come on, please. Please, God, please, please, God, what you need from me? I'm up here in James Brown mode. God, please, 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 God, please make it happen. Please make it happen. Now, you promised it, God. There's this in the past, like, where they wrestled the angel. I'm wrestling angels now. I know you did not bring me out here. I don't know if you watched the last video. I know, dear my heavenly Father, who art thou in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I did not drive 90 minutes with rabbit urine in the back for us to get here and look at each other dumbfounded. So there's going to be a way. I don't know the way, but you're going to make a way. So I'm going to sit here and look for the ram in the bush. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for the ram in the bush. Because you know that your girl did not go to school for architecture nor engineering. But she out here in the dirt around all the locals looking like Ghostbusters, crazy. And I'm going to still be right. So you're going to make a way. And he did. That's been my new prayer. Like, you gave me this. You put this power in me. So how are we going to produce this? What are we going to do? Show me the path. Show me the light. Just give me the glimmer. Give me the glimmer and I'll catch it. Give me the glimmer and I will catch it. I haven't seen High Vibe before. What's up? What's up? Hey, yes, finally caught alive. Ooh, I'm so hot, y'all. I'm flashing. Cannot wait to come there too. Was on my way into airline. You hear it, girl. I already know. There's a space for you. There's a space for you. Yes. And I'm about to text you right after this. So we are going to have our conversation either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm checking the schedule. I got you. I got you. I got you. Funny how the negativity always comes from people who have gone out the country before. People just start to mess. Whatever. People being people. If he sent it to you, he was man, oh man, oh man. I can't wait to dig in some soil again myself. All of y'all here. Well, I got soil y'all can dig into. So I'm guessing I'm going to go ahead and end out this live. I've enjoyed it. I'm going to do another one because I got to have y'all laughing about how crazy we was out there at the garden. But I appreciate it so much. Yeah, I'm so hot. Oh, because wait a minute. Hey. Yes. 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 That's it. That's why I'm hot. I'm wearing double shirts, but I'm cute with it. All right. Bye to everyone. I've enjoyed this moment with y'all. Got work to do.